Hi, my name is Eric Michael, founder of the Power Life System. And have you ever had a situation where you're making momentum, forward progress, and then you get pulled back? You know the law of attraction works. You know you can manifest the things you most desire, but you find that you're kind of being drawn back into your own habits. I call that a habit loop. And I'm going to share with you 5 hacks to get out of that habit loop so that you can really have the law of attraction work the best for you, bring you the love, the money, the happiness, the finances, the freedom, everything you most desire the fastest. Before I get started and I share with you the hacks, let's do a quick self-analysis. So first is in the area of your body, your health. When you decide you want to make an adjustment, maybe lose some weight or gain some muscle, flexibility, improve your ability in some kind of sport, how easy do you find it is to flow forward? Where you're consistently making forward progress, you feel the law of attraction, maximizing that, you're manifesting the things you most desire. 10 would be phenomenal. 1, we really need to improve things. Okay, and then now second is in the financial area. Same thing. You decide you want to make some more money, or ideally you decide a specific amount you're going to be making more, and you flow forward. The money starts coming, you're helping more people in the process, you're enjoying yourself. You feel like it's flowing, it's natural. Law of attraction is absolutely working for you. And number 3 is in the interpersonal. Maybe you're already in a relationship and you decide you want to have even greater connection, even more love, even more of that, when you meet someone, that kind of feel, that magic, that passion, that wow, things are so, they just spontaneously come in your mind about things to do, and you just love everything about it. And maybe it's to have even a greater connection. Or maybe it's where you're single and you're desiring to be able to flow socially even more and really connect with someone that you really like, that really has the qualities you most desire. So 10 is you're really flowing forward in whatever it is you decide. And 1, well, we really need to improve things. Okay? So you should have a score right now. If it's 30, fantastic. Still continue watching the video to the end so you can gain some things that I think would benefit you, and then a lower number, well, let's improve things even more. Talking a little bit more about what is a habit loop, and then I'm going to share with you the 5 hacks, is have you ever seen someone, maybe it's you, a lot of these things, I've had the same situation sometime in my life where I've decided to do something, and then maybe I take a step forward, but then I feel like I'm being pulled back. For example, the individual who decides that they want to lose weight and they buy a gym membership, and yet when it comes time to go to the gym, they're too busy, they're too tired, they don't have the right clothes, they don't have the right shoes, what are the people going to think? It's not the right class, and well, you get the idea, right? They're getting pulled back into the old habit of not going to the gym. Or maybe an individual decides they're going to make more money. They're going to open a Shopify store, right? Or maybe it's a dropship store. Free plus shipping, whatever it is, right? It doesn't matter what it is. We can fit in anything in that quote sentence. And maybe they even buy a course, or they watch a YouTube video. And the next step would be maybe open a Facebook account, or even get a Shopify store, or even look at some products, right? Yet when it comes time to do that, they don't do it. They turn on the TV and then they get tired, they go to sleep. So they fall back in their old habit. That's what I'm calling habit loops. And if the habit loop continues, and they're in everything, we already have them. The idea is to have habit loops that are giving us more of what we most desire. As an example, I have a habit loop where I need to do physical activity every single day. And it may be to jog on the beach, maybe swim, maybe surf or body surf. Today, for example, is to train Muay Thai. And for me, it's a lot of fun, and it's very congruent with what I most desire regarding my health. So I have a habit loop where, for example, if the day starts going by and I haven't done it, right now it's about 12:30, and I warmed up maybe about 8:30 to 9, and I trained until about 10:15 or so, I stretched. So if I don't do it, I'm feeling drawn back, well, not back, but I'm being drawn to do it. So that's what we want for yourself. And does the law of attraction step in? Well, absolutely, because as soon as you start getting a little bit of momentum forward and you're doing things in the right way, the law of attraction is going to maximize your progress on whatever it is. If it's a sporting activity, it's your health, your body, whatever it is, or money, it's going to maximize it. And it's going to go from, instead of having an incremental like 1, 2, 3, it goes from 1 to 100 to 1,000 to wow. That's what we want for you. So let's talk about the 5 hacks. And they're really simple, it does require a little bit of introspection. So hack number one is to identify. Okay, well, identify what it is you most desire. And you might be saying, well, I want to lose weight. Well, let's use that example because it's really common and I've heard it so many times. When we talk about losing weight, well, if I say I lost my keys, you'd probably be thinking, well, how can you help me find my keys, right? So by the nature of it, really pay attention to how we're saying things. For example, there's a hospital. It has one of the top safety and top ratings in terms of results for their patients, meaning patients come in, they get better. In other hospitals, well, let's just say that this hospital, the patients, they have the best rating for patients to come out being better, and the lowest in terms of any type of accidents or mistakes. One of the rules they have is you can't even say a bullet point in a presentation, because bullet talks about a bullet. Well, what is a bullet used for, right? So the words we're saying are really, really important. So, for example, using this example, pay attention to the words and then say things in a specific way with enough detail that the law of attraction can actually bring you what you most desire. So if we talk about I want to lose weight, well, the law of attraction can bring you the desire, I want to lose weight for a really long time. What you want to do is actually be slim, right? You don't want to lose weight more. The second thing is that losing weight by the law of attraction is going to bring you it's going to trigger in our mind that if you lost something, you want to get back. And that's why a lot of people, I think, they get on a diet, maybe they lose some weight, and they find it, they get it back again, and then they have their belly back again. That's not what they want. So, and the third thing is to be really specific, like weight. Does that mean like lose weight? You want to lose muscle? You want to lose a leg, an arm? What are you talking about? So how to correct that as an example, so you can use this for whatever it is you most desire, is I desire to weigh X amount. For example, for myself, I desire to weigh 80 kilograms by, let's say, May 15th with a 5% body fat or 95% body muscle flexibility. I can do side kicks nicely, smoothly, and I feel great, full of energy from the morning to when I go to sleep at night. Okay, so that would be something off the top of my head to illustrate. It's pretty clear, it's pretty specific, it has a time date on it, and I should put the year, right, 2018, even though you'll probably be listening to this in the future. As to illustrate, that's how you need to write it down. So go and write down your number one most important thing. The cool thing is that when you identify and you accomplish your number one most important thing, a lot of the other things will actually solve themselves. It's amazing how that happens. So number one is identify. Number two is to recognize. Well, recognize what? It's to recognize what are you thinking and doing that's basically before you do what you should be doing to accomplish what it is you most desire, that's triggering you to go back into the habit loop. Wow, sounds a little complicated. Let me illustrate because it's actually pretty simple, okay? For an illustration, a single individual, single man who he wants to be in a relationship, or he has a specific desire to be with a woman with these certain qualities by a certain date. However, in what he's doing for his profession, he doesn't come into contact with many, many people. So he definitely needs to go out, right? If you leave your house, you'll actually meet some people, and that's probably the first step. At the point, though, of actually going out for a social type of activity, what happens is he thinks about all the other things he needs to do. For example, he has things for business, for work, for organizing things. And then he thinks about, oh, well, I have to get dressed and do all of this for my clothes, and well, it's kind of not going to be that. I might not meet the right person. Well, I already know some people, and then maybe he'll do something else, and the kind of time goes by, and he'll say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And that's triggering him to basically go back into his old habit of not going out to these big social gatherings or social places as much as he could. And it's blocking him from meeting people, which is blocking him from achieving what he wants, or even for allowing the law of attraction to work for him. I believe that the law of attraction and manifesting is so powerful that if he just actually went out, that he would probably meet people, and likely before so quickly that he would actually meet someone who has the qualities he most desires. It's that powerful. However, he does need to actually step out of the house. The law of attraction will do 99.19% just to get that 1.1% to get out. So he's identified all of these thoughts, he writes them down, and the things he's doing that are basically triggering him to go back into his old habit loop. So do that for yourself right now. You can pause the video and then continue once you've done it. Hack number 3 is identify the cornerstone. Well, what is a cornerstone? Well, cornerstone is defined as the one thing that everything else depends upon. The cornerstone, for example, when you're building, is that one stone that everything else is based around. It's the key piece. Well, in this example, we're going to say, well, what is the cornerstone of these actions and thoughts that are blocking or causing one to go back into one's old habit loop? And what is the core thing? What is the core basis of it all? Well, in this case, he does introspection, and he identifies that the core thing is that he really, really, truly has a positive intention behind it, is to be efficient, use his time wisely, really accomplish things in life. So he has this cornerstone, and that's leading to all of these different actions. So identify what you think is causing you to do these things and think these things before you do what you should be doing. Maybe it's go to the gym, maybe it's whatever it is. Whatever you think of right now is fine. You can always come and repeat this and maybe go into a little more detail. Hack number 4 is make it easy. So you've identified the cornerstone. So now what we need to do is ask, well, how could we recognize the importance of this? And being productive, that's really positive. Using one's time wisely, that's really positive, right? So how can we leverage this as well as start having some easy steps forward so that the law of attraction can bring us all that we most desire? I mean, to get out of the house in this example. Obviously, for whatever it is for you specifically, apply the concepts I'm sharing to what your desire is. So what he identifies is that he already does go out. Obviously, we all do. And he goes to different places. For example, the market. He goes and he has lunch often in a place that has many, many people, young people, probably some women already who are there. The universities go out, many people from the universities go there who are working. And normally he goes, he enjoys his lunch, and a lot of times he has headphones in. And he doesn't really interact with other people. So what he does is he asks, what is something easy that's going to be congruent with his underlying thought process or desire or positive intention that was causing the block before, and that he feels really good about, something that's easy for him, that he can get started, get some momentum going. And what he identifies is that he could go and say hi to people, or say hi to attractive women, or women he finds interesting, when he's getting lunch. Because this is something where he is right now, that he's comfortable, it's easy for him, and it can get him moving in the right direction. Yes, I know. Well, hi could be the first step, then actually having a conversation. However, what we're going to do, and the same thing you're going to do, is identify something that is really comfortable for yourself. For example, if an individual, it's to have six-pack abs by a certain date. Well, a very first step would be to go to the gym and, let's say, do some type of movement, or even do some type of movement right now. You may be saying, well, is to get started and make it easy, build up successes, and allow yourself to start, getting a little momentum. And then the law of attractions, I believe, when you do the other things that I am teaching, will maximize this and really give you some results that will be phenomenal. Hack number 5 is to put success 100% in your control. One of the #1 reasons why people don't have the law of attraction working for them is because they're dependent on something else. For example, well, I'll get started, or I'll feel good, for example, if someone else responds in a certain way. Or I'll feel good once I have the six-pack, or I'll go to the beach once that happens, or you get the idea, right? We're dependent on something else to feel good. However, we're going to have a lot more momentum, we're going to get a lot better results, and the law of attraction is going to work for us, and manifestation is going to work for us a lot better when we already feel good. So it's really blocking you from getting the natural results you should be getting. So the key to doing this is to put success not in the result, but in the action. Again, I'm going to repeat this. The key is to put your success in the action, the right action, not in the results. You're going to get the results. You're going to feel good along the way. So, for example, this individual puts his success on initially saying hi to one woman that he sees when he's having lunch or at the market during the day, depending on where he goes, and just one woman. And that's his success. He pats himself on the back and says, wow, good job, well done. And then he expands that to 2 and 3, and as his momentum starts coming, he expands it even more. However, each time he's keeping the success 100% in his control. He's not doing it, well, if she says this, if she smiles back, no, it's 100% in his control. He says hi with a smile, good vibe, good energy, he's enjoying the food, he loves it there. And he's putting success in his control. And that you can apply too. So, in summary, a lot of people are blocked from the law of attraction and manifestation working because they have habit loops. They have these subconscious routines they're doing that are bringing them back to the way they were before. So they're never going to actually make progress unless they identify. So the steps is really to become really clear about what it is that you most desire, say it in the right way, be specific. Is recognize, do some introspection. What is your habit loop that's blocking you from having the law of attraction work for you? And then what you need to do is identify what the positive intention behind it all is. What's the cornerstone behind all of these like weird thoughts and actions? And then identify something that's really comfortable in your control that you can do that's going to move you forward, but that's easy. And then put your success, when you're feeling good about yourself, on actually doing that each day. So that you start moving forward, allow the law of attraction to bring you these wonderful gifts and to maximize the results that you're getting in your life. I really hope this was beneficial to you. Make sure you apply it. It's extremely beneficial in my life, and I've seen it be as well as in other people's lives.